true friendship, I don't think you have to give to the person, you have to show all kind of formalities, texting to the person,
Mhm.
calling every time, nothing, there is no limitations. But when it comes to opposite genders, it all start happening. With the friendship, it's a kind of attraction love. Somehow the love get faded away by the time, I don't know why. When it comes to family, the love is constant for all the days. It can
Yes.
never be faded away, believe me. No matter how much anger you will have for them, doesn't need any other condition to love
Mhm.
those persons. Hi, Miss Kathy. Yeah, this is Vikas Shukla.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
India, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
from New Zealand, but at the moment I'm actually living in Mexico. So that's where I'm
Mexico.
calling from today. Yeah. And what can I do for you today? Are you just wanting to have some free conversation, or was there something in particular you wanted to work on?
Well, I have already made up my mind for a topic. Would you like to go with that? If that's okay by
Yeah,
you?
sure. Of course. Yeah. What's the
Okay,
topic
it's
you had in
kind of
mind?
yeah, it's kind of intriguing topic. I mean, every single day I used to come here with having different topics and to have the conversation for making my communication skills better.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So what is the topic that you're thinking
All
of?
right, it's a kind of question. So the topic is,
Mhm.
can a boy or a girl be a good friend or not?
Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
difficult question. What do you think about it, first of all?
Okay, me. Well, as far as I am concerned, because having all the experience of these things, I
Mhm.
believe definitely not. I mean,
Okay.
it's not kind of friendship, I can say, because the thing happens is that action speaks louder than words. Of course, they will be claiming that they are friends, but somehow the things definitely, is very distinguishable. I mean, the
Mm,
things what happen is that you start taking care of that person.
yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I believe that, friendship is a genderless quality. I mean, genderless kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
You,
yeah, I understand.
you have to just make the friend and you start doing all the things. But when it comes to the opposite gender, definitely I can feel, especially in my friend zone, that the person start falling for that person, start
Right.
that person, you know, and being
Yeah.
positive about trivial things. And that
Mhm.
definitely shows that that person is not in the friendship, but they are something, turning more than friendship, turning into more than.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So this is
really
kind of
interesting. I think this is such a difficult topic because I think so many people have very differing opinions. I
my.
mean, I totally understand what you mean because I think that that does happen a lot. But I'm not sure whether I could say unequivocally that that is the only outcome that can result from having a friendship between genders. And like, I have some male friends who I'm very good friends with who I would not be
Mhm.
interested in more than that. I mean, I can't say the same for them, but not that I know of. So I think it's a challenge because I think there would have to be some way um, to prove that in every case that was what happened because I know that it happens in some cases. Maybe it's common. I'm not
Do you really
sure.
think in some cases? I mean, more often than not, I have found this. I have figured out that it happened very generally. I mean, it's kind of natural tendencies. I don't know why. For the opposite gender, somehow, of course, it is start with a friendship, but over the days past, somehow you get attracted. You are, I mean, you're more likely to falling
Mhm.
into the. It
True.
happens.
What if you're already in a relationship with somebody else and you also have a friend? Do you think that that
Yeah,
affects it?
still. What happens that everything start with a friendship, and I believe the perfect relationship is nothing but a true friendship. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So just like
Well,
this,
yeah, I guess so.
if I'm having the one person, so it doesn't mean that I cannot share my feeling with the friends because friends are very spacious. It has
Yeah,
their
yeah.
own kind of beauty. I mean, their own kind of love, and
Hmm.
it is completely different with the relationship. So
Yeah.
when you're having this friendship quality with someone, so somehow as the days get passed away, you start having those kind of vibes which you were getting with your relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend, anyone.
Right, right. Okay. That's
So what do you
oh, I
make
mean,
of this? What do you make of this?
well, I think that like I said, I think that that certainly can happen. I think there's probably situations in which somebody is in a relationship and then they start to develop feelings for a friend. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I'm not sure that that's inevitable. I'm not sure that that's the only outcome that's possible. And especially, might make a difference depending on how much time you spend with each person. So probably you spend a lot of time with your partner and you might just spend a little bit of time with your friends. So maybe that would affect it too. I'm not sure. What do you think about that?
But it, it's very automatic that we start sharing the time with that person, especially with the opposite gender. I don't know why.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
And the first thing, as you said, that it's not very much obvious, but believe me, I don't know how about your experience, but this is something that I have gotten, from every kind of experiences. I mean, in this friendship. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like that, somehow definitely they are friendship in the beginning, but they start doing those things. I mean, gifting the person. And
Mhm.
in true friendship, I don't think you have to give to the person. You have to show all kind of formalities. Texting to the person,
Mhm.
calling every time. Nothing. There is no limitations. But when it comes to opposite genders, it all start happening. And
Yeah.
action shows that somehow that friendship is turning into relationship.
Mhm. Yeah. Actually, okay. Well, I have another question. What if that person was not romantically attracted to the opposite gender? That's just a scenario that could exist. Do you think that that could affect it too?
So, I mean, that's never happened. I mean, it's a very rarest and rare it can be happen.
I
But
know, I know. I'm just thinking of an unusual scenario just to see how that would change the situation. What you think, if you think that would make a difference or not.
yeah, that can be definitely.
Yeah.
Somehow if you are hampering yourself with these sexual kind of attractions, of
Uh-huh.
course, then you could have a different. I mean, a friendship love. You know,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
as far as I know, but I haven't seen these things. But definitely, some people, they are very strong-headed person. They always, they are being very adamant about the things that they want get into the relationship. So of course, they
Yeah.
can have a good friendship, but
Hmm.
somehow the things never work like that. Generally,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
by
I mean, I respect your opinion on that, and I think that I fully agree with you that that does happen. I just, like exactly my original point. I'm not sure that you've convinced me that that's the only outcome that can result from it.
okay,
I
I
mean,
have got.
perhaps.
Hmm,
Mhm.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
go ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead,
I
please.
was just going to say that perhaps maybe you could argue that those kinds of feelings might come about, but if both parties are very committed and don't know that they don't want anything more than that, maybe they're both in their own relationship. Maybe the friendship could still work very effectively if they have some form of deeper feelings for that person, but they never act on them. What do you think about
Uh,
that?
of course. See, what I hate is that when the two person start having those kind of feelings, they never acknowledge the feelings in the beginning time.
Mhm.
But when the things become so serious about the things, I mean, you get emotionally connected with the person. You need that person all the times, in your presence,
Yeah.
and you want at that person to share all the times. And believe me, after that, what happens is that you might be you might start anticipating a lot of things, and the
Mhm.
things never work out like that, and hence uh, the miserable kind of feelings start coming. If that
Mhm.
person, just take a case, if that is opposite person, okay, if she start sharing all those things, kind of private things. I mean, if she shares
Mhm.
that she have the crushes on someone and these things, and believe me, you start feeling having those envious feeling and jealous feelings with that
Mhm.
person. Definitely, yes or no?
Like I said, I don't think I could say definitely, but I think possibly. I think that that does happen, but I'm not sure that it happens in every single friendship.
Okay, then what do you believe? I would like to ask. I mean, which of the sexes is more likely to fall in love? It's boys or girls
Oh,
generally.
that's a tough question. I think actually that's something that I've read about before in the past. I think I read a study that they did, and I'm trying to remember the outcome. I believe that it's men who tend to express their feelings first, but it seemed like it said that women started to develop feelings before men, but they were more wary and they were more guarded, so they wouldn't reveal those feelings until later
Where
on.
did you
But
get it
men are
actually?
more. It was a study. I can't remember the name of it, but perhaps if you're interested, I could try and find it and send it to you in the chat. But yeah,
No,
and it seemed
definitely.
like
I
men are.
acknowledge that.
Sorry.
I acknowledge that. I definitely acknowledge this 100%. Of
Mhm.
course, even I do believe the same that girls, having kind of timid kind of feelings, they are being shy of the disclosing those things. But definitely,
Yes.
they start having those feelings as well. But it is the guy who always, who always come in the front and used to disclose everything.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that that's probably true. Like in a relationship, probably more often the man will say that they love their partner before the woman would. I think that's what I would normally think
So,
is
how about your experience? Like, have you ever had, those kind of experience where I mean, your friendship turned into kind of relationship, and after that, you just friend zoned that boy or that, that anyone.
Yeah, I have had an experience like that, yeah, where I
Hmm.
had a friend who developed feelings for me, but I didn't have those feelings back for them. So
Uh-huh.
that was, but we're actually still good friends. So that was something that we were able to move past. That was years ago. So yeah, I had an experience like that, but I have male friends who I've never had that kind of an experience with, which is why, like I said, I don't think that it's the inevitable outcome. Yeah, that's what I
Exactly.
believe. I think that it's possible, but I think that men and women can have friendships and it won't develop into something more. But I agree that often it does. Does that
Definitely.
yeah, make sense to you?
Exactly, exactly. I do understand. Even I couldn't agree more on this because
Mhm.
definitely I know because I've had a lot of experience these things specifically, and that's why I popped this question. But
Mhm.
exactly, if you have to choose one, I mean relation or I mean your partner, your loved ones or the
Mhm.
person, I mean the friendship, then what you will choose? It's friendship or the relationship
Personally,
by your
well, it
time.
depends on the relationship, but I would say the relationship. Obviously, if you like were just starting to date someone and you weren't that serious, that's obviously I think that your friendship that you've had probably for a longer amount of time and are more invested in is more important. But I think that if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you're really committed, maybe you're married, then most definitely the relationship should come before your other relationships, in my opinion, like your friendships
I mean,
and things like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
Do you
course,
agree?
I was expecting the same thing. Definitely, I do understand exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if the relationship is for the long duration, is for the long time, somehow you are getting along
Yeah.
with that. You are trying to sacrifice the things. You are trying to embrace the person, no matter how many flaws does that person have. Still, you
Hmm.
are ready to accept all those good things, some good things about that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So somehow,
I have a question. Is oh, I'm sorry. Carry on.
please, please,
No, I
please.
have a question. We were talking about friendships versus your like relationship. How about with your family, your parents, or your relatives?
They are
Where do
precious.
you
I
draw
don't know.
the
I
line
mean,
there?
the things what happen is that with the friendship, it's a kind of attraction love. So the love get faded away by the time. I don't know why, but when it
Okay.
comes to family, the love is constant for all the days. It can
Yes.
never be faded away. Believe me. No matter how much anger you will have for them, definitely. But it's a kind of I mean, it's a kind of some that love which is exactly. I mean, that doesn't need any other condition to love
Hmm.
those persons. They will
Yes.
be
Yeah.
always in first position, and especially your parents. I mean, your father and mama.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, so you think that perhaps what
More than
if your partner and your parents strongly disagreed about something? Would you side with your partner or your parents, or would you try to be somewhere in the middle to sort of understand both of
I
their
mean,
sides?
you're just asking a very difficult question.
I know.
But it's very hard. But I believe, I mean, everything is needed. You have to, make the balance in all of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot even, cannot enjoy the life without the friends, without the family. They have their own love, and every love is kind of different love, and you need it so much. If you won't have that love, I don't believe life is completely incomplete.
Yeah. Definitely. You can maybe prioritize your partner, but that doesn't mean that you have to not think about your other relationships too. But
Exactly.
yeah, that was a really wonderful conversation. We've only got about 30 seconds left, but it was so lovely to meet you today. I really enjoyed discussing this. It was a kind of challenging topic.